Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever your tradition, uh, celebration may be. We just want to wish you great, happy holidays uh, as we celebrate this Christmas time. There's a saying that says, Jesus is the reason for this season. Had he not came to Bethlehem to be born, to die, and lay his life down, a lot of us might not be here. You might say, why, Brother Whitaker? Because of the sins of Adam and Eve and how they was drove out of the Garden of Eden. And the Lord had to put his flaming sword in there. So Christ came 42 generations later to redeem the world, that for man to have eternal life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, Jesus, so whosoever believe in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. So, as many say, this is the reason why we celebrate Christmas. Not really knowing his birthday, but to many religions, organizations, they lay aside December the 25th for Christ's birth. So, as we get into the lesson of Christmas, well, of the holidays, many will be going through the hustles or bustles of going to the stores, ordering stuff online, wrapping gifts, exchanging gifts, giving kids presents, making others happy. In the form of that, you might even say it's world peace. And don't get me wrong, I am not talking about a new utopia, but I'm talking about the spirit of the holiday, where people are a little nicer to others. Some are putting down petty feelings, making new connections with friends, burying the hatchet of people that they held something against a long time ago, and getting rid of the camaraderie and coming together for this holiday season. Not to mention, it brightens a lot of smiles to friends, neighbors, foes alike. For some time of year, like December, we become more helpful, more thoughtful, more loving at this time. So as I get into the message today, the message I want to let you know is, please give that others may live. I'm going to repeat that and let it resonate on you. Please give that others may live. And for those that might not be able to comprehend that, let me bring it down to another vernacular. Every day as we come home from our jobs, school, recreation programs, our offices, or wherever we go, there is someone, maybe at your store, parking lot, on the corner, at a bus stop, under a bridge, laying by a tree in the park, perhaps at the train station or bus station, like Greyhound, resting or sitting on the sidewalk. Because some of these people do not have a place to go. So they look for a resting place, a bus shelter, abandoned garage, a house, a playground, or under the bridges. Now, what are you talking about, Brother Whitaker? I'm talking about some of the people that are forgotten every day. And these are the homeless. Let me tell you something. As we prepare for Christmas, 152 hours from now. Yes, Christmas is in 1 week. Next Monday. 152 hours from now. After midnight Sunday, it would be Christmas Day. And I said Sunday, so if you want to send me a text, I would be glad to hear from you at 313-221-4162. Or you can call me and wish me and my wife happy anniversary, because Christmas Eve is our 24th anniversary for me and Rosemary. So if you want to wish us happy anniversary, then thank you, and we will accept it. But back to the lesson at hand. Millions will be celebrating, I dare to say millions, billions will be celebrating Christmas next week. And to a lot of households, it will be happy, festive, a nice gathering where families will be traveling from far to near and all over the world to get home or to their loved ones. Plants, office parties, and schools will be taking place, and a Christmas party. Some already started, some will, like the post office, construction sites, and other places. They will be giving their employees the time off maybe for a Thursday or Friday would be their last work week, and perhaps giving them the day off Tuesday, the day after Christmas, so they can regroup and get back into the swing of things. But while we are celebrating Christmas, there are people outside or our comfort zone that don't have nothing for Christmas. And this is why we do Christmas in the streets. Christmas in the streets was started in 2016. You might say, why, Brother Whitaker? I told you. I lost my son May the 20th, 2016, due to a heart attack. I was in the hospital that same year. My daughter and my son came and got me at the hospital. My son, I told you in previous programs, he received a phone call. A friend of his was in a shelter on Third and no on Selden, Third and Mac, neighborhood service center NSO, and the friend was in need. He asked my son if he can bring him some money along with uh, some food. Well, actually, he didn't ask for no food, but for my son to loan him a couple of dollars. Fast forward, we got down there after they picked me up. We got down there. My son stopped and got some pizza. Uh, he went to see the young man. While he was talking to the young man, he came to our vehicle. My son had pizza. He ate a couple of slices, gave some to the young man as he gave him money. A Caucasian lady came up to our van and said, "Excuse me, sir, I haven't eaten in a couple of days. Can I get some pizza also?" What was left in that box was 4 slices of pizza, which he politely gave to the young lady. And she thanked him, ate it, and went on her way. So this is one of the things that my son did, but he does a lot. He did a whole lot of other things to help people, as far as moving them in his house, giving them food, helping out his own cousin. And we had a talk one day, and he said, "Daddy, I gave so and so. This was a cousin. I gave them uh, some money, which was my rent money, some of my rent money, and they working, and they came to live with them, and didn't pay them back." I say, "Son, I love you, and I know you a lot like me, but I say you gotta stop being so free-hearted, because sometimes people take your kindness for weakness." But he wasn't the type, to turn a person away, and he let his cousin stay with him. They were supposed to be giving him something, but it was rent free. And he took other people into his home, and then charging them because they had young kids. So my son was the type that he didn't mind helping people. And sometimes I use the analogy that he would give a person the shirt off his back. That's who Chico Garden was. So in honor of my deceased son, I wanted to carry on the tradition that he did by helping others. So that's why he died May the 20th, 2016. December rolled around. My family had some things, a lot of things, and what they need, and my 5 boys and my daughter. And I wanted to know, what can we do to help others? That first December in 2016, it was snowing like cats and dogs. We went out there on 8 Mile from Northland to Eastland, down Mac, and also by the Eastern Market, down the Cass Quarter and the park on Temple. And we gave out backpacks. Now, what was in the backpacks was like 8 things. There was a Bible, a blanket, a couple of bottles of water, oranges, apples, 2 sandwiches, gloves, hats, also in socks. These was in the backpack that we passed out. I believe that first year we passed out 50. The second year was 35. The following year was 32. Now, while we was passing out these things, we ran out. And this was done by the liberality of the Whitaker family. We had no foundation, no organization, no church, no 501c3 to go on, and no sponsors. So we've been doing this for 7 years now. This will be our 7th year. Last year, a young lady from our church made some cookies, and we were supposed to go by and pick those up, Christmas cookies, to pass out. But I'm come to find out she had COVID, and we weren't able to get over there. And we put tins of Christmas candy in the bags, along with gloves. Now, each year we did something different. So let me get back to this lesson, and then I'll elaborate back on Christmas in the streets. Millions will be mailing. Let me say millions will be mailing billions of packages, letters, gifts, and cards. Stores will be hiring additional help just to satisfy the heavy workload. The heavy workload for their customers that's coming into spend at their business. Last minute shoppers will be complaining about the lines, and their patience will be wearing thin. Many people will buy stuff that nobody wants, and so they would try to regift that item that they weren't able to really give because the person didn't like it. But what if instead of the items that didn't nobody like, what if they can get some shoes, sweaters, boots, or food for the homeless? It would make a world of difference. Have you thought about that? We have people outside that need a helping hand. Now, I'm quite sure throughout the years, you've seen people holding it signs at the intersection. We'll work for food. Hi, I'm homeless. I'm a veteran. I need your help. Although the Bible says we have the poor with us always, we do. But many are those that are suffering. I dare to say I've seen it in my own eyes. I told you about an individual on Woodward and Mack by a particular coffee shop. We passed out something a few years ago. I called my cousin and I told her that we gave this person a blanket and a bag of food, but he was laying down on the grass on Mack and Woodward. Ambulance was on one side of the street. I don't know if anybody was in there, and there was a police car on the other side. They went into this particular coffee shop, and I'm not trying to be facetious. I don't know what was on the menu, or did they get donuts or coffee? But that person was laying down. From the time we went by and passed out stuff in the Cat's Quarter area, over by Masonic Temple, the Harriet Tubman terminal or bus station. We came back about an hour and a half later. The person was still laying down. So we called 911 after them playing the 20 questions with me and everything. They said they would send somebody to check it out. The weather was bone chilling. But I dare to say, and I'm not a doctor, but this person was in bad shape and couldn't move. I talked to this person, and they were still laying down. I asked, anywhere you want me to take you, or can I, do anything for you other than gave them the bag. Somebody was else on the other side of the corner on the light, and, we passed our stuff to them. So I want to interject. While you're shopping, maybe your kids at home, maybe you got a boost in your check, and you want to do something worthwhile. Donate to Christmas in the streets, and it would help others. It's been times that we took pictures of some of the individuals that we gave bags to. It's other times that my family was against it, taking pictures, and I can respect them for that, because some people do not want to be on camera, and you have to respect their privacy. So, although I wanted to help bring a solution to this problem, because we face homelessness every day. Person lose a job, family member get kicked out of school. Get kicked out of the house. Kids talk back to their parents and have to get another residence. Some people are not able to stay in their job, in their home, due to abuse. I spoke to with a lady in her late 40s a few years ago. I met her at a gas station. Now, I tried to give her a bag, which eventually I did. But she told me her life story. And I don't usually do this unless the Lord lay it on my heart. But she asked me for a couple of dollars, and I wind up giving her $5. She told me that she was staying at a home on such and such a place. Her stepfather married her mother. Now, she's in her late 40s. She said ever since she was 11 years old to 27, the stepfather molested her. She told her mother, and he told her if she tell anybody that he would kill her. She told her mother, and the mother didn't believe it. Finally, she got out of that situation, went to stay with a friend. Things got a little hectic. Her and the friend fell out. So she wound up living on the streets. So I gave her that money not knowing where she was going to go or get on the bus. And I gave her a bag. These are some of the stories I hear. I was at the state fair one year. I met a young man, about 32. He told me why he was on the streets. Also, he told me that he has an uncle or a cousin, and this person had a nice voice. He said that one of his relatives was with Motown. And you think if a person have a contract with Motown, they doing good. They should help their loved ones. But a lot of them don't. My wife has an individual that her niece is in North Carolina. There was a young man, well, there was a minister by the name of Reverend So-and-so. He had a big church in New York and the prayer tower. And he was giving people numbers. And this person told me that this was their second uncle or a relative and everything. And he was doing good. He's deceased now. But this family needed help, and they couldn't get it. These are some of the stories I get. And there's other sad and shocking stories. But many of the people I passed by in 2016, some of them are dead now. Why would I say that? Due to the elements of the weather, frostbitten, not able to find shelter. Some are handicapped and can't get to a shelter. I mentioned to an individual last week about some of the people I encounter. And I told her about a driver, a particular driver. I didn't say their name, but they was with a transportation company. And they said, why would I give this individual money? They said they need to get a job because all they're going to do is buy drugs. Well, all I can say is a person has a need and you got it. Please try to help them. Another thing I want to tell you is only what you do for Christ will last. So while we in this giving season, I did have more information to give you. But let me give you a rundown for what we need. And as I said at the beginning of the program, because time is fastly winding up, give that other people might live. Right now we have need of food, sandwiches, or either hot dinners, cases of water, clothing, coats, jackets, sweaters, gloves, hats, socks. Now some of these we already got, but if you got some of the stuff on hand, if you want to purchase something, we can make a bigger outreach. Oranges, apples, juice, blankets, Bibles. The Bibles are covered. We still need blankets. We got some. Backpacks, tents, hand wipes, gum, because a lot of them don't get water and their mouth is dry. Cash donation or tents and sanitizers. So if you can help us with that, please do. I have a number to give you. That's 313-221-4162. Let me see if I can give you a PayPal number or a Venmo. If I can get that to you right now. If not, I don't have enough time to look it up. But call 313-221-4162 for more detail. That's 313-221-4162. You'll be able to get a hold of me anytime after 3. We'll be out there shopping. Until New Year's, God bless you. You've been listening to Chico Whitaker. Merry Christmas to everybody and a Happy New Year. Please give the Christmas in the Street. One more time, 313-221-4162. God bless. Merry Christmas and Feliz Navidad.